Almost 75% of home buyers have regretted their decision after buying a house. Now, everything from structural nightmares to hidden environmental hazards, and some houses are just waiting to become a money pit for some unsuspecting buyer. But I don't want you to have that problem. I want you to avoid the pitfalls that are costly. So here's 10 houses that you should not buy in 2024. And if you've decided to buy one, any one of these houses, I'm going to give you the advice that you need to know to face the problems down the road. So if this is your first time here on this channel, my name is Jerry Pincus and I'm your real estate expert with over 20 years of experience, and I do this every single day. My expert team has helped over 2,000 people successfully move, and we've seen just about everything when it comes to buying a home. So here's the houses that you should not buy. Number one, the house that's almost a century old. Now, many people love older houses for their architectural style, and this beauty can come with a price. Houses that are built over 100 years ago, somewhere in that home, there's likely to be lead-based paint, outdated electrical wiring, plumbing systems, and other infrastructure issues. Upgrading these outdated systems to newer ones is also going to be a significant expense, especially when you're comparing them to other homes that are compatible and available in the same area. Even if these outdated systems have functioned perfectly for decades or have had some upgrades, most old houses just don't meet today's safety standards. For example, old wiring systems may not be able to handle the increase of an electrical load from modern day appliances. Anything from dishwashers to clothes dryers could have problems. Now, apart from that, houses built between the 1960s and the 1970s may have aluminum wiring. While technically this may be functional, it can cause some serious fire hazards due to overheating issues. And that's the exact reason why they're not using it anymore in construction. But it still could be within the walls. Now, there could be other hidden hazards that you may not notice during a regular home inspection. But if you still want to buy an old house anyway, it's very important to get the whole house inspected by a professional, including its electrical, plumbing, and HVAC system. Number two, houses with outdated plumbing, especially in houses where they were built in the 1960s, which have the most iron or galvanized piping. Now, in both cases, there is a sign for significant trouble, especially with its age. These pipes commonly are used in older homes and are susceptible to rust and corrosion over time, leading to potential water damage and expensive repairs. And you may have a hard time fixing leaks and blockages and preventing water damage. Even newer homes have huge plumbing problems. 10 million homes were built between 1978 and 1995 have polybutylene pipes in the walls. It was inexpensive for builders at the time. However, production stopped in 1986 after scores of problems surfaced claiming that these pipes were rupturing and causing all kinds of property damage. Now, if you buy one of these homes that has these types of pipes, you may either pay to have those pipes replaced or risk potentially expensive plumbing failure. But replacing these systems can be a major upfront expense, costing you thousands of dollars and even tens of thousands of dollars down the road. Hidden cost of repairs and other updates are going to cost you in one way or another in the long run. Number three, houses with foundation issues. Now, foundation problems can be a serious concern, especially in older houses or those that were built on unstable soil. Major foundational issues could be visible during a standard inspection, but things like shrink swell soil may make it harder to determine. Even floors with noticeable slopes or a dip in certain areas of the house can indicate trouble. Now, cracks, particularly larger ones with diagonal or stair-step patterns appearing on the foundation walls or even the interior drywall, are another big indicator of foundational issues with the house. Sometimes doors and windows will stick because the foundation has shifted in that house. You'll also need to focus on these things very closely during your house inspection in order to make sure that everything is fine. Foundational problems have a tendency to worsen over time, and repairing them can be costly. A sound foundation is a priority in any move-in ready home. Number four, houses with poor roof structures. Now, a house with a poor roof structure is another type of a house that you should totally avoid. Flat roofs in particular are more likely to leak and undergo costly repairs. Flat roofs without proper drainage system can hold water on their surface and even travel below the surface. Standing water can then pool up on the roof surface and then put stress on the roofing membrane and increase chances of future leaks. Now, a primary concern with poorly constructed roof is the increasing vulnerability to leaks over time. Even structural issues like sagging roof lines and warped or bad ventilation can contribute to potential leaks. Poorly built roofs are likely to have a shorter lifespan and require earlier replacement and sometimes additional supports. In severe weather, structural problems with a roof can be a huge safety factor. Number 5, houses in flood zones within 50 or 100 years of time. Now there's something to be said about living life on or near the water. However, you must ensure that the house that you're looking to buy is not in a potential flood zone. Now, even if the house has never been flooded before, you need to make sure it's protected for the next 50 years or even 100 years. You want to make sure that even the surrounding neighborhoods are not in a flood zone, because if the home you're interested in is not in a flood zone and everything around it is in a flood zone, you don't want to be trapped on an island and you can't get out in an emergency. If you're considering a house in a flood zone, it's crucial to go through this research. And this is something my team does every day for all of our clients. Identifying specific flood zone designation for that property by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, is super important. Number 6, houses controlled by a homeowners association. Guys, not all homeowners associations are bad, but there is a reason why some people hate HOAs so much. Their fees, the HOA fines, and strict rules and regulations have created a terrible image for a lot of HOAs here in the United States. But this HOA conversation is a rabbit hole, guys. Now, I made a video here on this channel about that, and you might want to go watch it if you haven't seen it yet. Now, finding a house without an HOA can be difficult depending upon where you live in the nation. Again, not all HOAs are bad, but finding the correct neighborhood in a good solid HOA takes some work. So if you decide to buy a house within a homeowners association, here's a few things that you'll want to look after. For buying, get a copy of the deed covenants, the meeting minutes, and the current budget. Why? Deed covenants, you want to make sure the rules and the regulations are up to your standards. Do they allow pets? Do they allow motorcycles? What do they allow? What do they not allow? You want to make sure that you're going to be comfortable living there. The meeting minutes. Why? Because you want to know what they're talking about at the last meeting. Are they talking about raising the rates? Are they talking about something that's coming up? Are they talking about a cash call? Is there a problem in the neighborhood? You want to know that before you get involved. And the current budget. You want to make sure that they're flush with cash, that they're not looking for money, and they're not raising those rates, right? So ask your buyer's agent what they already know, because they may know what to look for and what to stay away from. Each community is going to be different. You want to know how strict the HOA is in a particular neighborhood. You want to know the HOA fees and any unexpected fines, etc. Number 7, houses that are on severely steep hills or uneven land. Now, the reason you should stay away from these types of houses is that they require a specialized construction technique and additional building materials. And if it's not done right, it's not right. And you won't know how the house is built without a professional home inspection. There could be foundational issues or drainage related issues. Now, I have seen houses where its infrastructure is not fit for that uneven land. And this will lead to water leakage, cracks in the walls, and other foundation problems down the road. Number 8, houses that are near highways and airports. Now, living near a highway or an airport system may seem super convenient, but it does come with a cost. One of the primary concerns is living near highways or an airport is noise pollution. Traffic noise from highways and constant noise from airplanes taking off and landing can be significantly disrupting to your peace and quiet of living in that house. And it also makes it harder for resale. Now, I know of one house that's located near a road that's sold 7 times in the last 10 years. Yet some unsuspecting buyer is going to buy that house again. And unfortunately, there's a reason why no one lives there for too long. Number 9, houses with over-the-top custom features. Now, custom features may not resonate with every single home buyer. Some of these features can be expensive and time-consuming to remove or to even modify. New home sellers may often make the mistake of over-upgrading that house without considering who the future buyer will be. Now, unique custom features can often require additional maintenance routines. For example, if you have a built-in wall aquarium, it might look super cool, but cleaning and maintaining that fish tank takes time and dedication, and not everybody wants that. So carefully evaluate what you can live with custom features, and then factor in renovation costs if you ever want to remove that in the future. Number 10, houses flipped by LLCs. LLCs often prioritize cosmetic upgrades, then enhance visual appeal, while some of the underlying problems may not be addressed properly during that flip. A pig with lipstick is what they call it in the industry. Now, some flippers may provide some documentation with the repairs or upgrades, but that's not always guaranteed. There could be hidden electrical, plumbing, foundation, structural issues hidden behind the surface that have been covered up for a quick sale. And you may not notice this issue during the ordinary house inspection. So be careful of buying any of these flipped houses. So what is it that you should do if you're buying a house so that you don't get burnt? Well, there's 2 major things here. A, you need to get a qualified house inspector who can conduct a detailed house inspection and identify any potential problems within the house and provide you a written report on that inspection. Because they're going to examine the foundation, the roof, the electrical system, the plumbing, the HVAC system, and any other major components of the house. And they may also suggest some repairs after the inspection. And B, you want to make sure you're working with your local real estate expert. You don't want average, you want way above average. It's not about opening doors and seeing houses. You don't need a salesperson. You need someone who tells it like it is, even if it's not what you want to hear. You need maximum experience and knowledge. And a real estate expert can guide you through the buying process and negotiate on your behalf and advocate in your best interest. So if you need help finding your local real estate expert, no matter where you live in the nation, give our office a call at 843-839-9870 and we can connect you with that local expert. I'm Jerry with Jerry Pincus Real Estate Experts. My real estate team is here to help you find your hidden gem and to avoid those pitfalls that are costly. Was this video helpful to you? Let me know. Put it in the comments. And until next time, stay happy, stay educated, and if you subscribed, we'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.